If somebody was to ask you, how much is your life worth? What would you say? When I say, what is your life worth? What I mean is what is your integrity, your pride, everything about you, everything that you stand for? What is that worth? Can you put a value on that? Can that pride and that integrity, can your life actually be bought? Can you put a price tag on it? Is it worth $1 million? Is it worth 50,000, 100,000? Everything that you stand for, 5 million, 10 million, 2 million? What would you say your life is worth? Welcome back to another episode of Sweat Talk. My name is Chad. You know, we put a price tag on our lives and we don't even realize it. We don't see our lives and our futures, our integrity, our pride. We don't realize that we're actually putting value on our lives. We're not putting value on our times, on our time. We miss life's opportunities and we let life just pass us by. And some people are willing to sell their pride. Some people are willing to sell their integrity. You know, integrity is doing the right thing when nobody's watching, right? So if we look at that and we think about let's talk about a dirty cop, right? A dirty cop, he's selling his integrity for money, maybe drugs, whatever it is. But by selling that integrity, he's ruining his life. And he's unknowingly, or they have unknowingly put a price tag on their life. They have no pride. They sold it. And when you do that, then your life is over. Because eventually you will get caught. Or eventually it's going to catch up to you in some way. You know, and maybe it'll show its face in depression. And you know, maybe that dirty cop does get away with it for the rest of his life and nobody ever finds out. Who knows? Maybe it happens, but I doubt it. But we put value on our life that we don't even realize. And we sell ourselves short at just about every turn. We sell our lives short at just about every turn. You know, we have to buy our lives back at some point. Some point in time, we have to buy our lives back, because when we were born into servitude. When we were born, we automatically owe the government money. We automatically owe the banks money. It'll come in the form of taxes. It'll come in the form of debt. And when we do that, we're selling ourselves short and we're destroying our own futures. We're destroying our own lives. You know, so I've been MIA for a little while. We had a family emergency and we had to go take care of my father-in-law and sadly he ended up passing away. So my wife and I, we did what we had to make sure that he was comfortable, to make sure that we can give back to the man that gave us everything. And the loss of my father-in-law, it impacted me even more than my mother when my mother passed away. I don't know why. I mean, he's really been the only father figure I've had in my entire life. But he's essentially been my father for the last 25 years of my life, 26, 27 years, ever since I've been with my wife. And the man, he was a great example of what to be. He always had integrity. He always treated people how they should be treated. And when I say that, I mean he didn't let people walk on him. If people needed to be treated like shit, he'd treat them like shit, and he didn't hold back. If they needed to be treated well, then he treated them very well. He was an extremely good example to me of what it is to be a man. He was an extremely good example of what I could aspire to be throughout the course of my life. You know, sometimes those examples were what not to do. Nobody's perfect. But so we're still dealing with getting rid of cleaning up his estate. About the only thing left now is the sale of his house. But I haven't had time. I haven't had time to make any videos. I haven't had time to really do shit. My work is going to be sending me around all over the place, so I don't even know what type of frequency I'll be able to upload with. But I've had to travel. But the thing is I'm buying my life back as we speak, and I know it. My days are short. There's only so much longer that my job is going to be able to tell me what to do. It's 3.5 years from now. I get to tell my boss to go fuck himself. I'm not going anywhere unless I want to. But while I was going through my father-in-law's estate, and we're cleaning up his house and going through all of his things, you know, we basically gave everything that he had to charity. You know, we didn't sell any of it. But before my wife ended up needing to leave to go take care of him at his house in Indiana, we had talked him into finally coming and staying with us, and he said something that stuck with me and that I never really realized when we were trying to talk him into coming and staying with us, because it would just make everybody's life so much easier. From his point of view, he had to leave everything that he'd built his entire life. He had to leave his house. He had to leave everything behind. And I was so selfish that I couldn't see that. I was so selfish that all I'm thinking about is the fact that I want to take care of him, or the fact that my wife wants to take care of him. And neither one of us ever thought about the fact that he's essentially saying goodbye to his entire life. He's essentially saying goodbye to everything that he's ever built and everything that he's ever dreamt of. You know, as we're going through and we're cleaning up his estate and we're getting rid of all of his stuff, we're literally getting rid of a man and his wife who passed away several years ago. We're literally getting rid of their lives. You know, each little knick-knack that we gave to charity, that's a moment of his life that he can never get back. That's a moment of his life that none of us can ever get back. Those are missed opportunities to make memories. You know, each tool that he had, it represents something. It represents a moment in time that's gone. Now, I firmly believe that we have to have passion, right? We have to have passion projects we have to build. I believe that as human beings, that is our purpose, is to build something and to work on something greater than ourselves. We have to have something that gets our feet going in the morning. But it does come at a cost, and that cost we don't often think about. Hello.
Hi.
Beautiful day, isn't it?
Fabulous.
But us as humans, we need to have something to work on because we have to have something to look forward to every day. We have to realize the cost. What is it that makes us feel good? What is it that makes you, what are you passionate about? And my father-in-law, he was a carpenter. The man was incredible with his hands. He was incredible with his hands. He could build anything. I mean, he used to build homes by himself. I can't do that. I don't know the first thing about carpentry. But that price that we're putting on our lives that we don't think about the cost. You know, sometimes it takes something, it takes a little bit of perspective. Something drastic will happen in your life and your perspective will shift. Your goals, your desires, it can all shift at a moment's notice when something happens. And, you know, it could be something good or bad. But we stay rigid in our thoughts, we stay rigid in our beliefs. And we don't question where those beliefs or where those thoughts come from. We don't question who programmed them or how we ever got them. You know, over the last couple months, I've constantly been questioning, you know, why am I even making these videos? You know, it definitely isn't worth the money. 10, 15 bucks a day, maybe. People see that I have about 150,000 subscribers and they think that YouTube's paying me big money, and couldn't be further from the truth. I won't even pay my electric bill. But my perspective shifted for a while. You know, I began to see things from a different perspective. I had a paradigm shift. What am I doing? What is this all about? What is all of this even for? Have my goals changed? Am I seeing things from a different light? Why am I seeing things from a different light? My beliefs have changed. Everything's changed. You know, I've always seen the value in life. I've always seen my value and the value that I bring to the world. I've known it. I've known it my whole life. And you know, we all have that value. We all bring something to the world. It's not just me, but it's all of us. It's just that some of us, we don't realize what our passions are. Some of us, we don't, like I said, we don't even realize where our beliefs come from. The negative thoughts, the lack of self-confidence, the low self-esteem. It's like we're shunned or punished to have high self-esteem. We're not allowed to have self-esteem or self-confidence, because then that means that we're going to be arrogant. If we're confident in ourselves and confident in our abilities, and then we're going to get shit on, point blank. We're going to get shit on because we believe in ourselves. Others feel that it's up to them to inject their opinion on us. People feel that it's up to them to tell us who we really are. Even though us, our lives, our beliefs, our self-confidence, it ain't nobody's fucking business. Our ability to stand up straight with our shoulders back and believe in ourselves and believe that we can accomplish anything that we want. People think that they can tell you how to do that. People think that they have the right to inject that onto you. And that truly is yours and yours alone. Know your value, know your worth. Know that your life, you are unknowingly putting a value on your life. You are unknowingly putting value on your pride, on your integrity. And bringing somebody down to your level versus elevating yourself to their level is going to do nothing for anybody. It's not going to make you feel better about yourself. It's not going to bring you up anywhere. It's not going to help you in any way, shape, or form. You know, when has anybody ever gotten anything out of being a victim? It's never happened. And somehow we're falling for this lie that being victims of society, victims of race, victims of religion, you know, somehow that That's empowering. Victims of some sort of gender issue. You know, insert latest freaking news topic here, or news headline, news article, whatever the hell you want to call it. Insert that here. Somebody's a victim again, or somebody has sold their integrity. But each and every moment that we're alive, each and every moment that we're here, we need to make it count. We need to realize when we're selling ourselves short. We need to realize that we're selling ourselves short at just about every turn of our life. Whether it's through our employer, it's through the deals that we make. We're selling ourselves short when we damage somebody else's feelings or emotions, when we try to bring somebody else down to our level. That does nothing for nobody. There's not a single good outcome that can come from that. So if you made it this far, do me a favor and go in the comments and write the word value. Just that one word, value. You are valuable. We all bring value to the table, every single one of us. We all have value. We may not realize it in the moment, but when we look back on our lives and we see the places that we spent our time, that's the key word right there, spent our time. Because your time is the currency. And when you spend it, you're not getting it back. It is the most valuable currency that you have. No matter what, you can't take it with you. When you die, you can't take your time. When you die, you can't take your money. But finding that balance of value in life and what it is that's going to get your feet to hit the floor with excitement each day that you wake up. Finding that joy, what it is that you are passionate about. You know, surely sitting there playing video games, it might feel comfortable in the moment. But then when you achieve it, when you achieve and you beat the end of the video game, or, you know, somebody that watches porn, at the end of it, what did you accomplish? You're gonna sit there with a numb feeling and you're gonna ask yourself, now what? Now it's time to move on to the next great thing, the next dopamine rush. The only person that can provide value in this lifetime is you. You're the only one that can provide yourself with value. You're the only one that can provide your loved ones with value. The value that you bring in the unique value that you hold. That's nobody else but you. So I ask for these short comments because, you know, these one-word comments, the short comments, because they do a couple of things. Because every time the algorithm sees somebody like and comment and subscribe to the channel, then it's going to be more likely to push this content out to somebody who might find value in it as well. And it's just one more thing to prove to me, or to help show me that what I'm doing is right. What I'm doing here is what I'm supposed to be doing. You know, these videos that I'm making, they're reaching somebody. And that's something that I've learned is, as long as I can help one person, if I can save one person's life, or I can help elevate one more person, not even to my level, but to their next level, then I've done my job. And that's why this is a passion project for me, is because helping people, I firmly believe, is what I'm supposed to be doing. You know, building things, right? Like, it goes back to building things. We're supposed to build things that we're passionate about. I've also been working on a truck in the background, an old truck that I have, and I've just sunk thousands of dollars into it. I just sunk hundreds of hours into it. But it's a passion project that I've been putting on hold forever. You know, turning wrenches, it gives me that moment of feel. You know, I put my headphones on, I put my AirPods in, whatever, and just like going for a hike, it gets me in the zone. It gets me into that moment of focus and concentration in that zone, feeling that moment of zen. And there's nothing greater, there's no greater feeling to me than that moment of zen and clarity of thought. You know, that feeling that you get when all your cylinders are just firing. You're just operating on all 8 cylinders and it's just popping, and things are flowing and things are moving exactly how you plan them to go. But anyway, that's all I got for today, guys. You know, like I said, I don't know what kind of frequency I'm gonna be able to upload at. I'll do it as often as I can, but at this moment in time, I can't make any guarantees. I don't know if it's gonna be once a week or every day. It definitely won't be every day, not right now, but I don't know if it's even gonna be once a month. I just don't know right now. There's a lot of things in my life that are just kind of up in the air. You know, everything's going good, don't get me wrong. You know, nothing aside from my father-in-law is going wrong, but there's some things that are happening that are out of my control, and I just have to deal with them for a couple more years. So with that, I want to thank you guys for showing up. I hope you guys are showing up for yourselves, and I hope that each and every one of you has a wonderful day. Peace.